American or other Western countries as a good opportunity to invest for the capital returns, because whereas here the real estate is flat or even declined. And finally, I think there's another reason is also a lot of people still feel, the environment, the pollution, the
food safety.
Yeah, food safety, this poison milk, and even some politically they feel unstable and things like that. And then so people choose to, live in the country. However, the current trend of immigration is a little different than the traditional trend, because now people seems getting back and forth. They're not old days of people, boat refugees for immigration. They're now rich people, knowledge workers immigration. So there's a lot of talent flow back and forth, and that's the characteristic of.
That's why we have different wording for those who are called the sea turtle and those who are called the seagulls. Now, Edward, what do you make of the current wave of immigration? Since according to Hu Ren, who has come up with the Chinese rich list, pointed out that those who has a fortune of up to 10 million yuan could move to a Western industrial nation easily.
Well, right. There's a number of things going on. Besides all the things that Dr. Wong talked about, there's an aggressive nature on behalf of the United States, on behalf of Canada, New Zealand, Australia, in order to try to pull people in to bring in money and to bring economic advantage to those different countries. So the United States, for example, has an EB-5 program, which stands for a type of program where you invest $1 million or $500,000, depending on the region, in the United States. And then you can qualify for a green card straight away, and within 5 years you can then obtain a U.S. passport. So you have people like the Detroit metropolitan area that are coming here that are aggressively marketing to these 980 people that were surveyed by the Hu Ren industry. You have people from Australia and New Zealand who are aggressively marketing their educational system and their clean air and whatever that is. So you've got two things going on. Then you've got vertical integration with businesses, with regard to businesses. And so, we deal with a lot in the corporate commercial sector. And what they've decided is they're buying brands and they're vertically integrating and they're bidding into sales and marketing in different nations. And they're saying, why don't we put a footprint there? We'll send a family member there as well, which is typical of the Chinese, as well as having our business there. So we'll have a family member watch over it, become an American citizen. It's not different from the Rothschilds that did it hundreds of years ago, where they emigrate to different places, set up their financial businesses, and have family members run them. So I think we're seeing a lot of that.
But also probably the advance of the state enterprises and also the retreat of
the advance of state-owned enterprises, as well as the retreat of the non-public sector. But regarding selling their educational institutions in the Chinese market, we have, by the way, received